Hi guys, so today it's a DSP again. It's always DSP from now. So my thoughts on Elden Ring Nightreign after 9 hours in. So for the context, Elden Ring, the new Elden Ring, has just released a few days ago, and not very good feedback from the customer. So people have been saying it's not very good enough. It's kind of boring. Let's hear what DSP has to say, and let's hear if he kind of like asks for donation during this review or not. Yeah.
So I have played about 9 hours of Elden Ring Nightreign. I have tried out, well, in the network test, I tried out two characters. One of which was the hawk guy who has the big spear. He's kind of like a tank with a shield. And then I also tried the Duchess, who was the character who has two dual knives and is more like an assassin or rogues type. I just remembered, I tried out the Recluse, who's the magic user. And each one of them, I would argue, played pretty uniquely, with the tank basically trying to pull aggro and absorb all damage, but can't really effectively deal damage. The Recluse absolutely is a cool ranged character, casting different spells, but also can do the carry and sword sorceries that can be really powered up depending on your loadout.
Wait, what is he talking about? So, in this Elden Ring version, you mean like they're already uh the player, like the character that ready to play for you, like you don't have to start from the beginning, from the level 1, and you slowly growing and slowly level up certain skill and you choose your own path. I just don't understand. Like he has been talking like they already kind of pre-made characters for you to choose.
And then there's the Duchess, who is the one who sneaks in, does giant damage, sneaks back out again, wash, rinse, and repeat. Definitely one of the big damage dealers of the game. Now, during the course of this full release, excuse me, I have tried the Raider class, and the Raider is basically a stun master. He has a ginormous weapon, and his job is to deal as much stun as possible to weaken an enemy, so now everyone can rain on the damage as they're staggered. I also played as I forget if it's not the Eviscerator or Eradicator. It starts with an E. This is the character who has the parry mechanic, similar to Sekiro. And your goal there is to try to absorb as many hits as possible to charge up a supercharged move. Then you can do a running slash that not only takes a big chunk of damage off the enemy, but also deals a ton of stagger to them. So it's a kind of a hybrid gameplay style. And then lastly, the class that I've played the most of so far is Iron Eye. This class is definitely the ranged class. Stay away and snipe most of the time. Now, they're also a high dex character, so if you end up finding something that's a really high dex weapon, you can use it. But for the most part, they're meant to be used remotely, sniping and using the mark ability to basically weaken opponents and then run back. And also, big utility for the Iron Eye is to revive teammates, because you can shoot arrows at them when they're downed from afar, which makes it much more easy and viable to revive your teammates while everyone else has to run up and physically hit them while aggro is on them. The Iron Eye can do it from a distance, okay? So, each character class that I've played so far has played pretty uniquely. There's still a couple I haven't tried. There was basically the standard guy, which I don't know what his name is, but he looks like a knight. I think he just has, like, general knight abilities, nothing too crazy. And then there's a unique class that I just unlocked yesterday. This class, I think it's called the Revenant. This class actually is basically kind of a necromancer. They use ashes to have ash summons who come and help them, like a giant skeleton that strikes but shoots lasers, or a giant pothead guy with a huge club, or just maybe a little soldier that kind of distracts. So it's really unique. Definitely see the classes that they've created for this game and how each one plays pretty differently, honestly. So I hate to say I'm a little disappointed at the map. Reason being, the map is the same. The map is one map. No matter what, it's always the same map. Now, there are some variations. For example, there's 4 variations of this map that can be generated, and each variation has a dungeon that you can go into that has optional content.
How many views he got? I think this is a kind of serious review. 700 views. What?
Classes that they've created for this game.
Well, it's now 13, almost 1400 now. But his channel has 200,000 subscribers. And he is still relevant in this day. It's still the same, guys. Like, he's still relevant. He is one of the legend of YouTube. Like, it's not in a good term or bad term. It's just like a fact, right? He's just the status legendary because he has been on YouTube for a very long time. That's one thing, and another thing that he used to be one of the biggest channel on YouTube. So that's legitimately legendary stuff. But yeah, I think people actually don't want to watch him. Like, he's not entertaining when he tries to be. He is entertaining because he is a local, and like, it has been always like this, right? 17 comments. My thought regarding Nightreign after watching DSP play for 9 hours in. Play something else, bro. Did you actually watch him play? My thoughts on watching your comment. Your Memorial Day stream was the most disrespectful, detached thing I've ever watched. So this is mainly detractors. This is mainly people that like don't like him. Massive amounts of innocent incorrect information in this one. King should cook in the game longer. Maybe this is supporter. Yep. Let's read this one. I keep telling you that you should play with your chat. Put a password on and tell your chat what the password is. Just try that. You can always blame your chat for you sucking. What? This is also a detractor.
Game and how each one plays pretty differently, honestly. So, I hate to say I'm a little disappointed at the map. Reason being, the map is the same. The map is one map. No matter what, it's always the same map. Now, there are some variations. For example, there's 4 variations of this map that can be generated, and each variation has a dungeon that you can go into that has optional content and rewards. For example, right now my map says something about like the earth, and what it is the earth ripped open and there's a big crater to go in with tons of lava and a ridiculous amount of enemies. And if you beat this crater, okay, you can then get a awesome permanent upgrade to one of your weapons. Not permanent upgrade, but an upgrade to one of your weapons that makes it legendary for that run. So you essentially have a god tier weapon for the end of your run. So obviously that's really awesome. And there's 4 of these. There's a castle that's full of like dark energy and like monsters. There's a mountaintop which is all frozen ice and dragons. There's the crater, and there's a rot area where everything just becomes rotten and you have to run through that and to finish it up. Each one has a unique reward from what I'm to understand. So that's cool and all, but for the most part the map's almost always identical, and that's disappointing. You know, where really it variates with the enemies. For example, each time that you do a run, you're going to be fighting a Night 1 boss, a Night 2 boss, and the final boss. And the Night 1 and Night 2 bosses can be mixed up and randomized, so you never know who you're going to face. You know, one day you might fight the bell-bearing Briar Knight. The next day you might fight the Gaping Dragon from Dark Souls 1. And then you might fight the Duke's Dear Freyja, the giant spider boss from Dark Souls 2. Who knows, right? Because they have all these bosses from both Elden Ring and Dark Souls in the game, so you never know who you're going to face as one of these Knight bosses. Sometimes it's kind of lame. Like, once it was a Crucible Knight and a Hippopotamus at the same time. And I was like, that's not a very good boss. I mean, those are basically standard enemy mini-bosses. Like, why would I be impressed by that, right? Anyway, so this game is basically exactly what we thought it was going to be. It's a combination of Battle Royale, but it's not Battle Royale, but it has the mechanic of Battle Royale, where when you drop on the map, you have this ring of fire called the Night that's closing in on you. You always have to stay within the ring. If you're outside of it, you start to slowly lose health and you die. If you die in this game, you respawn, but you respawn a level lower, and you lose all of the runes that you had on you from your kills, so you then have to track down the spot where you died to get all that back. And if you
What do you think about how to fix his videos if he want like more viewers to come? I think he should invest more in editing, right? He should hire some editor, like put in the graphic at the beginning, I guess, and like put like keep on the overlay of the graphic, like maybe you cut on the talking head and cut between the graphic, like keep creating graphic with every 5 minutes. Maybe it would be more interesting. Make the production feel like you have been trying more than this is just like talking. I don't know, maybe he's not very charismatic enough to make people keep on watching. It's not because he's just using the same format as like big creators like Asmon Gold, like Critical. They also not invest a lot in production of the video, but they also attract a lot of viewers. So I don't know, maybe what's the problem is. I think the problem is people don't just not like him, right? it's a it's a very unfortunate thing for him. Yeah, I don't know the way out for him, like how to make more money as a DSP. Like the only way he could think of is just beg more, right? If you beg more, there would be more detractor that kind of like make the content out of you being a local, and then it would like attract people. It would keep you relevant at least. I don't know about anything else. Like, yeah, I think he made the wrong choice of not being a local life. I think he's supposed to join local life years ago, and I think it would change his life completely. Look at Boogie. Boogie now has like completely different status. He used to be like a local and annoying person that people don't actually want to watch. A lot of people hate watching him, so like he don't make a lot of money from that. But now he is actually in local life. He make tremendous money, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe he should just create fake drama. You think he should create fake drama? Just like local life, like he have a host. He recruits some hosts with him, and then he create like a daily drama between them in the inner circle. Like, yeah, this guy talk bad to me. Maybe it would generate some more money for him. Like he should give up playing games overall. Yeah, and that's all about DSP because I don't see anything interesting about him in this one. So see you later.